much for waking up with us here at 6 on WTOL 11. I'm Kaylee Kirby.
And I'm Tim Miller. We will have a look at your forecast now to start off your 11 minutes of nonstop news. So, Ryan, as the sun comes up this morning, we'll start to see some of the damage from strong storms and possibly tornadoes from last night.
Yeah, we're specifically talking about down in Paulding and Putnam County, and we're waking up this morning also to our first school delay of the morning. Very likely, I have to think, because of some patchy dense fog. Wauseon schools on a 2-hour delay. We'll get that into the school delay hotspot map momentarily. You can see otherwise we're pretty clear here when it comes to radar. Current temperatures, they're pretty warm as well. All that leftover moisture from last night sitting right near the ground. A perfect conditions here with clear skies overhead to create some of that patchy dense fog. 62 in Fremont, 63 in Findlay, and 60 in BG. Look at your bus stop forecast here. Drying out is the name of the game this morning. Bright sunny skies, highs near 80 degrees today. But we've got rain back in the forecast tomorrow. Much more on that coming up in a matter of moments. Right now, 6:01. Let's get it over to Stephen for our traffic tracker.
Good Wednesday morning to you. We've made it to the middle of the work week. If you're looking to head out the door this morning, just checking in on our roadways. We are crash free to get you started. This is a live look at 475 right at US 24, moving through the Maumee area without any major problems this morning. Findlay to BG, traffic moving at about 70 miles per hour. That's a look at your Contrada Law Firm traffic tracker.
Well, many people are waking up to damage this morning after a barrage of severe storms swept through the Midwest, unleashing heavy rain, gusty winds, and tornadoes. So take a look at this video out of Paulding County, where the Emergency Management Agency says a suspected tornado damaged 13 structures, including 9 homes. One of those homes, we're told, is uninhabitable. And the National Weather Service will follow up with the EMA office today to further assess the damage. So, Kaylee, it wasn't just Paulding County, though, that saw possible funnel clouds.
That's right, Tim. Take a look at this video sent to us from Donnell Shoup. It's just north of 114 near Cloverdale, looking towards Oakwood. You can see that in the sky. Meantime, nearly 40 minutes away, about a quarter mile south of Deschler, residents had a very similar view. And viewers sent us this video of a tornado they spotted from their porch in Macomb, just west of Findlay. This happened around 8:45 last night. This area, including Findlay and North Baltimore, was under a tornado warning until 9:15 last night. And we are taking a look at the damage caused in Wood County as well. Angel Johnson right here sending us this picture of her barn in Fostoria. You can see the roof torn off and the rafters lifted there. We have more on the damage from yesterday's storms right now on our website, WTOL.com.
Well, voters in Lenawee County went to the polls yesterday, casting ballots to decide future funding for 2 school districts and a public library. So let's take a look at the unofficial results this morning. With 100% of precincts reporting, the millage renewal for Morenci schools passes, with 200 voting for it, 70 voting against, a margin of 74 to 26%. This renews the current millage collection of 18 mills on properties in the district at a cost of $18 per $1,000 of taxable property value. Now, the millage renewal also passes for Adrian Public Schools, more than 2,000 people voting in favor of it. This levy only affects non-homestead properties, meaning the district is asking for this from rental homes, commercial and industrial properties. Also passing in Adrian, the new millage proposal for the library. 1,425 voters said yes to 2.5 mills for 10 years. Overwhelming margin, 83% in favor. This new tax will go into effect next year.
Well, as you get up and around this Wednesday morning, we are counting down the 3 things you need to know. Number 3, Lieutenant Governor John Husted will be in Toledo today. He's set to visit the Libby Glass manufacturing facility. While he's there, he will learn about its products and supply chain that's here in Ohio. Number 2, Governor Mike DeWine is hosting the 44th annual Ohio Governor's Holocaust Commemoration at 2 p.m. today. The event will feature a daughter of Holocaust survivors and a grandson who shares his grandfather's story on how he helped Save Jewish Refugees. And number one, the woman who fell and died during a commencement ceremony in Ohio Stadium has been identified. The Franklin County coroner says 53-year-old Larissa Brady was pronounced dead at the stadium. A spokesperson for the Ohio State University said she fell from the stands and that she was a family member of one of the graduates. Police did not suspect foul play and are working to figure out how she fell from the stadium.
Well, this just into our newsroom this morning. The Lucas County Sheriff's Office is looking for your help identifying these people. The office posted on Facebook saying they are persons of interest in a U-Haul theft in Springfield Township. If you know who either of them are, call Crime Stoppers at 419-255-1111. Well, students are saved this morning after a frightening situation at Calvert Catholic High School. Tiffin police say somebody found a threatening note, causing the district to lock down the campus just before 10 o'clock yesterday morning. Administrators sent the students home for the day while they worked with law enforcement to search lockers, classrooms, and more. Authorities did not wind up finding any weapons. Well, Toledo Public Schools facing 2 new federal lawsuits filed by 2 sets of parents.
The district, its superintendent, Dr. Romulus Durant, and current and former workers have been named as defendants. The lawsuit claims abuse against students with special needs and alleges problems exist with TPS and how it addresses those students with needs. The parents' attorneys say TPS has been warned by the state for decades, going back to 1993, about how it's teaching students with special needs and how those students should be included in regular education during the day.
Attorneys believe those failed practices led to the abuse claims within the lawsuits. In one, Tiffany Smith and her 10-year-old son, who was a student at Robinson Elementary School, are named. Marcella Graciani and her 9-year-old son, who attended Spring Elementary, are named in the other. The suit details how Smith's son was allegedly assaulted in 2023 by Robinson paraprofessional Stanley Hill, losing teeth after having his head slammed against a desk.
The other case details Graciani's child being picked up and thrown to the ground by spring teacher Garrett Pells.
Toledo Public Schools is not including special education students in the regular education classroom to the extent that they're required to by the state of Ohio, and aren't making progress toward that.
In fact, as part of the lawsuit, the attorneys representing the parents claim Toledo Public Schools is the worst in the state in that integration category. We reached out to TPS leaders to see if they were aware of the lawsuit. They were sending us a statement reading Toledo Public Schools cannot comment at this time on the lawsuits that were filed today due to pending litigation.
The man accused of shooting and killing a 15-year-old girl is expected in court today. Robert Shields III is facing a number of charges, including murder. He is accused of shooting Jayla Perry in the head on March 17th. Police say she was his girlfriend. And the man accused of being involved in a deadly fight at Sidecut Metro Park in November is also expected in court for a pretrial hearing today. 34-year-old Zachary Boyer is pleading not guilty to several charges, including murder, reckless homicide, and aggravated assault. Police say Boyer fatally injured 76-year-old John Meeker, causing blunt head trauma after an altercation.
Gateway Youth Development is hosting a Guns, Health, and Wellness project for Mental Health and Gun Violence Awareness Months. For the months of May and June, people between the ages of 14 and 22 will meet on Mondays and Wednesdays to talk topics like trauma, suicide, drugs, and counseling. Today, they will gather at the Frederick Douglass Center from 4 to 5:30 p.m. for Wellness Wednesdays. Medicaid is accepted, and there's a $25 daily incentive if you participate.
More than 20 mental health resource agencies all under one roof.
Yeah, that's happening at the East Toledo Family Center tonight. That's where we find our Maya May this morning. Maya, what can we expect to see from the second annual Health Awareness Fair?
The East Toledo Family Center and the City of Toledo plans to bridge the gap. They say people struggle to find resources that they need, and they want to make the process easier. Talbot, NAMI, Harbor, and New Concepts are just a few of the agencies you can hear from tonight. The fair also helps to keep these resources connected to the community throughout the year. Thanks to Issue 8, an increased tax for mental health services that passed earlier this year, the Youth Recreation Director with the East Toledo Family Center says new funding and opportunities are now available that can help connect the information they learn at the mental health fair to the programming they provide for kids and families.
With our youth programs that we're bringing those partners in just throughout our after-school programming and our summer programming. So it's really important to work with the partners that are already doing the services and the experts that can talk about those hard conversations that we may not be able to hold at home with our kids.
The center says mental health resources goes beyond therapy, and they encourage you to come out tonight at 5 p.m. to learn more. Reporting live in East Toledo, Maya May for WTOL 11.
Well, a lack of proper training, that is what the Ohio State Highway Patrol says is the cause of most motorcycle crashes where the driver is at fault. During Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, troopers want to remind motorcyclists to ride trained and sober. Coming up at 6:30 this morning, Mario Dunham will dig into the numbers, breaking down how many crashes we've seen in our area and what you can do to stay safe on the roads. It is 6:11, time now to get another look at that forecast.
So Ryan, we've got a school delay this morning. Wauseon delayed 2 hours. Any idea why?
We have a pretty strong indication that fog has developed here overnight in the last couple of hours. Actually, it's kind of thickened up for us here, and this is why we love this exclusive school delay hotspot map. You're not going to find it anywhere else in town. Let's zoom into Fulton County here, and you can see Wauseon in the shade of yellow here, delayed this morning. I am seeing some indications that this fog does extend back into Williams County as well. And I know Steven's on top of it, searching out some of our live cameras as well to find other thick spots. So you'll want to stay tuned to see what he's able to find. Right now, downtown Toledo, we had clear skies about an hour ago. Now you can see that fog off in the distance here on our live camera. So just something to be aware of very briefly this morning. A little bit of patchy, dense fog. Otherwise, it's back to the sunshine for today. A good chance to dry out today before, unfortunately, more rain does come back into the forecast. Look at that big picture. What's happening on radar and satellite? Our powerful thunderstorms from last night are now falling apart across Kentucky and West Virginia. Off to the north, this swirl in the atmosphere here, that's an area of low pressure that's going to bring us that renewed chance for rain come tomorrow. So let's look at it right here, hour by hour forecast. There's that patchy dense fog, clears up, sunny skies for most of the day. A very warm afternoon. You look ahead though overnight, showers start to increase 5 a.m. out the door already, talking soggy conditions. And look at these returning showers, soaking rain for tomorrow. Most spots could pick up around 1/4 to 1/2 inch of fresh rainfall likely on the way for tomorrow. It's been an incredibly wet spring so far. And when we look at our full 10-day forecast, we're not done yet. Still to come here, I've got more rain showers, a chilly breeze. I'll be back in 90 seconds with a full look at the next week and a half.